head coaches, and that includes Mike Vrabel tonight. Of course, they lost to Brian Flores in Week 17, game that cost them the bye. Yep. And having a week off instead of having to play this Tennessee Titans team today in Foxborough on Wild Card.
When he's in there, not just the players. A lot of speculation. Tom Brady's 42 years old. This could be the end for him in New England. I feel like even if he comes back, right? They've got bigger problems. I don't want to diminish that. If Tom's gone, they've got a huge problem. But they've got problems outside of that they have to deal with. Where are they?
Well, this started in really the preseason and then into the start of the season when 3 out of their 5 starting offensive linemen went down. And their center, David Andrews, was a big part of that, right? And so once the offensive line got beat up, what it does is it exploits everyone else's flaws on the outside. And then you saw AB was a part of the football team and then obviously move on from AB. So where's the receiver threat? Josh Gordon, they move on. And so they lack some depth at the offensive line. They got to get healthy there. But their skill positions fell off big time. Edelman was beat up all year. They had no speed. N'Keal Harry played part of the season, and was he that big of a threat? They traded for Sanu, and Sanu wasn't great. So they've got a lot of problems at every position offensively.
So a lot of questions for Tom Brady, specifically coming up, live coverage here on SportsCenter.
Yeah, just give them a lot of credit. They played good and, kind of stopped us when they needed to at different points in the first half and the second half, and just weren't able to get the job done.
Tom, a lot of interest, obviously, in what's going to happen next. Can you just explain to us? I know you just came off the field, but just how you plan to go about your process in determining what to do next with your...
Yeah, I just came off the field. You're right. So.
Tom, the first half has had first and goal to go, and you took 2 timeouts in that sequence. What did you see that you didn't like, and they got the stop on 3rd down?
Yeah, we're just trying to get to our best play, and I just give them credit. It was good job executing by them on defense. I wish we could have scored there, but they made the plays when they needed to.
Bill earlier said that you didn't make enough plays tonight offensively. It seems that over the last several weeks, we've been thinking the same thing in terms of not making enough plays offensively. From your perspective, Tom, what has been the factor that has prevented this team from having a cohesive offense and not being able to make the plays on a consistent level over the last several weeks? Because it's been a failure.
Yeah. Well, I think anytime you lose games and don't produce the way you'd want, there's probably a lot of things. We all wish we could do a lot better. I certainly wish I could do some things better, but we didn't. And it's a results business, and it's about winning and losing. And the more things you do right and well, better chance you have to win. And we just didn't do enough things right.
Over here, Tom.
Hi, Karen.
Hi. Would you say offensively that this performance was kind of like a microcosm of what happened during the season between red zone difficulties, 3rd down difficulties, and so on? Did it seem like it sort of what happened during the regular season carried over?
I definitely think, in regards to tonight, 3rd down and red area were a problem for us, and I don't think those were particularly great areas. You're right, over the course of the season. So. Yeah, it was just a tough way to end it tonight. And, I give them a lot of credit. They made more plays than we did. And, if we want to win those games, we're going to have to do a better job.
Tom, at this stage of your career and at this stage of your life, is it tougher to see a season that you're in the playoffs end because you're running out of potential chances for championships?
I think we're all running out of time and chances every year that goes by. So I don't think I'm the only one in that category in this room or probably in any of these rooms.
Hey, Tom. I know tonight's disappointing for you, your teammates. Next to you guys, I think the most upset are fans in Patriots Nation. They've stuck with you through everything. They adore you. Do you have any message for them tonight?
Yeah, we and I personally, appreciate, everything that they've, contributed over the course of, not just this year, but a lot of years. And, just very grateful for, the experience of playing this year for this team, this organization, and over the course of my career too. So I appreciate it. I hope I have always, tried to do the right thing out there, and who knows what the future holds. So we'll leave it at that.
I guess on that same note, Tom, do you have a sense of whether you'll be back with the Patriots in 2020, and do you want to be back with the Patriots in 2020?
I love the Patriots. I mean, they obviously, they got it's the greatest organization, and, playing for Mr. Kraft all these years, and for Coach Belichick, I mean, there's nobody who's had a better career, I would say, than me, just being with them. So I'm very blessed, and I don't know what the future looks like, and I'm not going to predict it. So I wish we'd have won tonight, and wish we'd done a lot of things better over the course of the season, but we just didn't get the job done.
John, I know that you keep saying that you don't know what's going to happen in the future. Is there any possibility that you would retire after this last season?
I would say it's pretty unlikely, but yeah, hopefully unlikely.
Your final question? Tom says pretty unlikely when it comes to the. He said we don't know what the future holds. Pretty unlikely. Okay. That's a juicy one. That's a good cliffhanger. Okay. You say not pretty unlikely, Dan Orlovsky. You say no shot.
No shot. Tom Brady's done. Tom Brady's one of the greatest competitors we've ever seen. Yep. He will not go out on a pick six at home. I don't know if it's in New England. I don't know if it's somewhere else. Right. But Tom Brady will be playing in the NFL next season. No question.
He's the greatest living American. He's the GLA, but it's a tough day for him. But as we found out, he and Bill Belichick, they like the fans a lot. Very grateful for the really fans there in the nation.
Thick and thin.
Dan Orlovsky is going to be hanging out with us a little bit more in sports, and we're going over to ESPN2, top of the hour.